Happy Sunday to all my State of Sorrel followers out there. So it's time for the weekend mashup, and if you haven't been here before, then you snooze, you lose. No, but really, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll be able to ask me all the questions you want on any topics, or just give me topics to talk about on Sunday. So here we go. I didn't get too many questions or topics today, but I got a couple that I would love to talk about. So here we go. Biggest surprise of the college football season, weak Illinois student section. So I don't know if this is the biggest surprise of the college football season. However, it is the saddest thing I've ever seen. So if anyone was watching the Ohio State-Illinois game yesterday, then you saw how empty their stadium was. So always know, if you're a fan of some team out there and they're having a rough year, like me at Arkansas, at least we can still pack a stadium. Illinois is just plain sad. And if you are an Illinois fan, you should be ashamed of yourselves if you're sitting at home on a couch instead of cheering on your team, because they're not going to get any better with you sitting at home on your couch just watching the game. So pick your butt up and go cheer on your team if you're from Illinois. If you're not, then you should check it out because it's just sad. Do you still believe Baylor over Ohio State? Yes, I absolutely believe that Baylor is better than Ohio State, and here's why. Because they have a better schedule and a tougher schedule. So one thing I noticed this weekend when Ohio State was playing Illinois, when they got 30-plus points scored on them, they play a terrible and weak schedule. So Ohio State, in order to prove to anybody that you're made of anything, schedule some awesome or at least tough non-conference games, because yes, you can score 80 points on a team, but you're not proving anything to anyone by playing all these weak teams. So Urban Meyer, schedule some tougher teams. I'm telling you, it's going to help you in the end. And hey, Arkansas, I think if we were in the Big Ten, I think we might be able to look as good as Ohio State, because Ohio State's playing Indiana next week. What do you want to guess that score is going to be? Yeah, it's going to be pretty high. Baylor gave up 30-plus points to Tech. How will voters see that? Well, let's talk about how voters are going to see Ohio State giving up 30-plus points too. So I think it goes on both sides. At least I think Baylor plays a tougher schedule out of the two. So I don't know. I'm still a Baylor of Ohio State just because of the schedule difference. And you look at Alabama yesterday, they didn't play so well during their game against Mississippi State, but at least they play a tougher schedule throughout the year than Ohio State. Just saying. Not anything against Ohio State. They have a lot of talent on that team. I just think they need to schedule some tougher games in order to prove themselves. Let's see, what else? What other topics do we have out there? The game tonight. So, big game tonight going on right now. I'm filming my blog during the Sunday night football game. I know, shameful of me. But the Chiefs and the Broncos are playing. And because of where I live, I'm cheering for the Chiefs. Also because it's kind of the Cinderella story of this year. You watched them do terrible last year. They have all this talent on their team. Andy Reid comes in all excited, amped up, and now they're 9-0. So hoping to see them carry on to 10-0, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen because of Peyton Manning and his injuries. I bet he's at 75% today compared to what he can be. So another thing I want to discuss is a little bit of fantasy football. So my advice to you after what I did today is play the person that comes to mind first. Like this morning, I watched NFL Sunday Countdown, and I decided to play Alex Smith over Ben Roethlisberger, and Roethlisberger scored about 50 points in my league. So I'm going to start going with my first choice and stop double guessing myself. But that's my fantasy. So what do you guys think of everything going on in the BCS? Ohio State, Baylor, they got 30-plus points scored on them. Whose schedule do you think is tougher? Who do you think deserves to be in a national championship game? I still think it's going to be Alabama and Florida State, although it will be very interesting to see what happens between Alabama and Auburn in the Iron Bowl coming up, because Auburn's quite good and has surprised a lot of people in the SEC with their new coach, Gus Malzahn. So anyway, thanks for joining the Weekend Mashup. Have a good week. Bye.